Wonderful.
That's it. Thank you for letting me know. Well, I will have to do this again anyway. Okay. Thank you. Now it's fixed. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's good that you keep an eye on that because I hope I recorded the previous session. Anyway, so
Anna was the first. I just checked.
Thank you, Anna. You're always there on the spot. Thank you very much.
No worries.
So well, basically, we spring up, we catch the weight, and we are on the loop. Yeah, so we can go and do something like this. Now, when do we use the forward movement, Christy?
Here I am. When we use the forward movement?
When?
Well, depends. For example, for the portatos of Bach.
Exactly, the portatos. Why?
I don't want to say repeat notes because depends. If are really fast, it's the wrist movement. But if are slow motion, let's say, yes, will be the portato. Yo sí estoy portato.
Well, Laura, the amount of different accents she's listening to in this session is like...
No, I'm tired. Come on. I just got a lesson really hard. And so yes.
Well, but let me round up this. So, for a movement, because you are saying it and giving for granted that we all understand why on repeated notes we need to use forward, but let me explain it. So, the finger movement is not suitable in Scaramuzza technique to repeat a note, yeah, because it requires to pass on.
But not in Scaramuzza and in anything.
And in any other one either, yeah, exactly. Why? Because you need to, it's like when you walk. Right? When you walk, you always have one foot on the ground at all times. So it's in the piano, right, that you need to allow the key to go up and then down, yeah? If you were doing this, well, nothing would happen, right? So then you need a compound movement, like the forward movement, the arm movement, which have ready to play position and play position, yeah? So you can allow the key to come back. Now, Christy was reluctant to say this forward movement is only used to play repeated notes, and the reason was that it will depend, yeah, on the sort of repeated notes or the sort of repetition that you need to produce, yeah. If it's portato, for example, which is extraordinarily long notes, yeah, in terms of the actually execution of the note, because every time you repeat a note, you are stealing time from the previous note, yeah? Otherwise, it's impossible to. So, with the portato, you are trying to keep that at the edge, yeah? So, basically, forward movement is a good movement, yeah, because it's heavy, it's big, it involves a big chunk of the arm, it gives you a lot of control because you have a big muscle there. So, it's a good choice. If you need to do something like a very quick repetition, forward movement is certainly not the suitable movement to use, yeah? We should use wrist movement, yeah, which is this one. Which is this sort of movement, yeah, that is only constrained to that part of the arm, of the hand, yeah, and it's like a spastic movement, we call it, yeah. That you can
and when else, for the voicing as well, when you start a phrase, you can start with the forward movement.
Indeed.
Yeah, go down, up, don't you? Like, if you want to emphasize the first beat, obviously you move your arm forward and down, don't you?
Exactly. Look, a very straightforward example. Yeah, so the first note,
you want to go down.
Yeah. So then you use forward movement there. Forward movement is a fantastic movement to be used as well on octaves in certain specific situations. Yeah. So for example, if you have that sort of thing, or in the bass. Yeah. So forward movement is a medium risk movement because it requires a lot of distance and therefore, it can produce the perfect conditions to play the wrong note, yeah? So, it will be used then, we review, for repeated notes, for landing on the keyboard on the first place, yeah? Remember, we cannot land on finger movement. The finger movement gives for granted we are already there, yeah? But it's not a mechanism to land in the keyboard. So then, we can use forward movement to do it, yeah? And for voicing as well, as Christy very well said, yeah? 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 Or the opposite. Yeah? So, that's for a movement. So, well, do you think I'm missing something with for a movement? Iris? Christy? Anna? Georgios? Shise?
Use for more than one note for a movement, and when we use arm movement.
Yes. For a movement, I will not recommend for a movement for more than 2 notes at the same time, like an octave or a fifth. Yeah, it's not the appropriate movement to use for a chord, for example. Yeah, it doesn't kind of work that well. Yeah, with chords. Somehow we tend to go to the extremes. Yeah, of the hand, but the center part is difficult to voice with for a movement. There are better movements. We can do it. Yeah, we can obviously make it work, but there is no point when we have other movements which are designed for that. Yeah. So, for example, if we had to play a chord of for example, the pathetic sonata, yeah, we would do it with arm movement. Yeah. Imagine the hassle of having to go from here and play the entire chord. It's very stiff. Yeah. It relates to the sound as well. Empty sounds like fifths, like octaves, yeah, require more reverberating kind of sound qualities. So then a sharp action like the four movement is great, yeah, because it makes it explode. Yeah, but more rounded kind of textures, harmonic textures, yeah, benefit from silkier mechanisms that give you more control on the whole actioning of the keys, yeah, and also you can voice it anywhere you want. You have time to do it. It's better, yeah. Georgios, what else?
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Okay, very good. Okay, so
Examples one. Let's make all the foreign movement.
okay, example. So this was one. I mean, any beginning of a piece would be an example, but let me give you something less. Yeah. So, 2 4 movements and 2 4 movements that are voiced. Yeah, you see, they don't sound the same. So it's almost on the surface, like in the diving example I gave you before. One little jump, one big jump to the swimming pool. Yeah, so repeated note. Yeah, so here in the left. Yeah, so yeah, and the same. Then this one, voiced for a movement. This piece is, have you detected it, Laura?
Oh God.
Prokofiev Sonata number 3, Adagio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you have a tiny one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why I use it? Because I need extreme differentiation between the leading part and the ripieno. And we have only 2 notes. Yeah, so in the repeated notes, I take advantage of the 4 movement. And there's a lot of things here in this. Sorry. And then again. Yeah, and in this one constantly. constant for a movement. And I want to see if you can detect this sharpness I was talking to you about, yeah, this glassy sound that it produces. It's ideal for that. It would be terribly inappropriate, inconvenient to do this with arm movement. Horrible, yeah. But in this case, yeah, it's like little like the lamps, yeah, that has this glass, little tiny elements which make reflections. Yeah, so it's. And it's true that you can voice it as well, you see? Diminuendo, crescendo, crescendo, diminuendo, yeah? But it's a different type of voicing. It's not like a interlinked voicing. It works well for unconnected events, yeah? Like in this sonata. I think that segment of Prokofiev's sonata is quite demanding on form movement in both sides, yeah, in the right and the left hand. Christy, an example, more common practice example from classical period. Do you have any?
Bueno, pero ¿qué le pasa al piano? ¿Lo tengo apagado? Okay. So, the left hand of the concerto italiano.
Let's see.
And the right.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, slow motion. And after when we play a little bit fast, it has to be smaller. And
Yes.
then what else? Look, what we were having a look the other day, the balada. Also, in Spanish music, yes. But in Spanish music, I think it's more... It's more that there are a lot of four-hour movements.
Yes, but I think there is a perfect example. You see the quality of the sound that we need. We need very sharp sound, very...
Sharp.
Yeah, very... How to say in English?
Violent.
Very reverberating sound. Yeah, so then that's the perfect way to break it. Yeah, to make the inharmonic side of the piano to blossom. Yeah, not the harmonic side of the piano. Yeah, which is more like keeping it.
In this part of the Chopin as well, I use this. Like how was it? I use it as well on the left hand.
In the left hand, yes. In Rachmaninoff is used a lot. The four movement, yeah, it's very spectacular. Yeah. So, okay. Well, good. Now, by request of Gisela, I will go on memorization process. That is something that is a bit blurred in the article. Okay. And I start. So, memorization process. The memorization process was systematized by one teacher, yeah, of Scaramuzza, of the Scaramuzza students, which is called Maria Rosa Ubiño de Castro, yeah, the one who did most of the bibliography that reached us now, yeah. She has passed away 3 years ago, I think, or 4 years ago. She was an academic, yeah, from all the Scaramuzza students. She was certainly the most committed to producing students rather than concerts. Yeah, she produced a lot of concerts. Yeah, but as well, very good students of your generation. Yeah, and mine as well. So she systematized Scaramuzza's way of memorizing in the following way. She said no. I mean, she analyzed the music in all its components, and she says, well, what are the things, she asked, what are the things that we can remember about something that we play? Yeah, which are the different elements, yeah, that put together produce the performance, right? Which are the things that we memorize when we have to memorize a piece? And then she started from the score, no? The score itself, yeah, in the same way as the libretto plays a role for the singer, yeah, the score itself as a piece of paper plays a role for us, Yeah, we remember the shape of our score. That's why we feel so uncomfortable when we have to change the score. If we miss it at home or something like that, then and we have to do someone else's score with a different edition, we don't feel 100%. Yeah, it's like we are not familiarized with it. Yeah, so that's because of the photographic conception of the score. Yeah, we want our score, and if we mean it or we don't mean it, doesn't matter. We still memorize the shape of our score. Yeah. Then what is there in the score? Well, in the score we have notes. We have notes which are temporized, yeah, with different rhythms, with different durations. We have bars, we have a lot of elements, symbolic elements that are there telling us what to do in relation to the music. And all these elements can also be memorized and abstractized, yeah, separately from the score. Yeah. So one thing is the photographic memory of the score of our beloved edition, yeah, and another thing is what it contains. Yeah. What it contains can be translated into a speech. Yeah, it's true that we can say do fa la do si la sol fa mi fa sol la si do re mi fa do si la. Yeah, but we would be as well transpiring most of that meaning if we say do fa la do si la sol fa mi fa sol la si do re mi fa do si la. Yeah, and we keep the same sort of intention. Yeah. So the memory of the name of the notes and as many articulations as we can keep within that memory, keeping the pitch aside. Yes, if it was I'm trying to translate, so something like the libretto of text. Yeah. So not do fa la do si la sol fa mi, but do fa la do si la sol fa mi fa sol la si do re mi fa do si. Yeah,
recitativo,
like a recitativo without pitch. That's another memory. Yeah, that is fantastic because it's the memory that keeps us focused on the intention. Yeah, it's like when you see those cartoons that don't say anything but you understand the whole thing. And you can get the story. Yeah, so it's the same thing. No, all this meta content that is inside, and it doesn't have anything to do with pitch. Then we will memorize that with the name of the notes. Yeah, and also the name of the notes are part of the thing we need to memorize as well. The name of the notes and the attitude of the notes. Then when we play it in the instruments, yeah, the landscape that we create, the action that we create, as if with the movie we take off the sounds, we still see people doing something in the movie, yeah, helicopters coming and going, buildings, places, yeah, and we can memorize that as well. If we were deaf, we would still have information from the TV, yeah. So the same happens with the piece, yeah. We memorize how the hands look in the keyboard. Like a gymnastic exercise, yeah? So we said, the photographic memory, the name of the notes, how they look in the keyboard, okay? And then how they feel. Yeah, when we play and we close our eyes and we don't hear anything either, we can still feel what we are doing, yeah? This tact sense, yeah, which is so important, yeah? And that's another thing we memorize, yeah? Then we memorize the melody, hopefully, no? We memorize the music, you know how it sounds, yeah, with the pitch and everything. Yes.
My question is, because, you know, in my case, for me, to memorize something takes me time. Yes. Takes me a little bit of time. So usually you say that we should start at the beginning with the memorized process, but I prefer with the students to read the piece, to work on all the musical aspect and everything, and the last thing to memorize. Not with the students who got problems with the reading. The ones that are not good sight readers, yes, from the beginning, bar per bar, and that's it. But with the ones that are good sight readers, I prefer to do it at the end, the memorization process. In my case, I do it at the end. Of course, I got the muscular memory because I practice the piece or wherever.
I mean, the memorization process is a training that prepares you to play a concert. Yeah, otherwise you don't do it. Yeah,
yes, but for an exam, it's important.
For an exam. But yeah, that's answering your question. You can do it in either situation. You can first study the piece analytically, for example, and under the spectacles of music analysis. Right?
Yes, but if they don't understand anything about analysis or harmony or this is one part. Now I change a little bit with the students, and since they are really little ones, since not the first lesson, but when they finish the pre-grade one and they start playing something more interesting, I start explaining things about the form, about the tonality, and these kind of things. Before I didn't, because it's a little bit difficult to understand, let's say, if they are not taking theory lessons. But, for example, the one you and me know, because this is streaming, the one that has been for long time with the same pieces, the one that got rhythmic problems, the Iris student. For him, doesn't work if I tell this is phrase A, this is in G major, because he doesn't understand these kind of things.
Well, but in that case, the memorization process, for example, if it's a student that is struggling to put together the piece confidently, if you have doubts that the student will be able to endure the pressure of the exam, then if you strengthen the piece in terms of making it more robust in their minds, yeah, then without the analysis, yeah, if there is no analysis there, yeah, then you will probably produce better results. Yeah, if you just memorize the piece section by section, but not memorize it superficially, memorize it in the sense of apprehending the piece. Yeah, like
yes, but even like that, he got problems.
Well, people will have problems, and we will see how we.
No, he gets really stressed, really stressed.
Well, that's why playing by memory, even if he at the end brings the score to the exam.
No, he doesn't look at the score at all.
Well, then I would try and strengthen the memorization process, and I will not go to the exam. He doesn't bring the score. I have students, no?
No. The one. ¿Quién es, Ana?
Well, so I continue. Basically, we have.
Yes. I leave you. Ciao.
Okay, bye. So let me come back to my center. So yes, so I did the 5 memories. I will review them. Okay, so we have photographic memory. We have the name of the notes along with the intention. Okay, then we have how the hands look and relate to the keyboard visually. Okay, then how they feel in this relationship, how you feel them in the most primitive way of thinking about feeling, feeling, the tact sense, and then the melodies, the music all together, and also the general impression. There's a sixth memory that you will have to rehearse when you prepare a piece, which is the emotional memory. In the same sense as an actor or an actress will rehearse the feeling that he or she has when they perform a certain scene, we do the same. We try to transpire, we try to project a certain emotion with each passage, and we shouldn't be changing that emotion unconsciously. We should try and change it consciously. We are professionals. We are not there just leaving the randomness to guide our performance. People, let's say we are doing a concert, people is not paying for that. To see how we feel there in the they are trying to absorb a conception of the piece, re-elaboration of the piece. So now, how do we put this into practice? The theory is all fine. You understand the elements, how the elements work. That's okay. Now we have a student. What do we do with the student? So with the student, we do this. Let's go. For example, I will use one score. Okay, I will share the screen. Please, Anna, or the ones who are checking at the computer, let me know if it doesn't. So there we are. Okay, so I'm sharing that screen. We are seeing that. Okay, I will do it with 2 bars only, okay, which is going to be enough to understand the concept. So, okay, let's delete.
Well, yeah, it's all good. All good.
Good, thank you, Gise.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So, that's it. Okay, can you see me on the other? You can, no? No, because I'm showing the screen. That's fine. Okay. So we will do like this. I will take the first bar, right? So we start with the right hands. Can you see me as well? Or you can't?
Yeah, no, I can.
You see me? Now you can see me, right? So, because I need you to see me so you can. Just 1 second. I will try to find a way to show you. Now you can see me and the score, correct? Okay. So, first of all, we need to define the technique that we will use, okay? And this is a fabulous example of our movement, yeah? So we go finger 4. Yeah, and then we pick up. Yeah, so we will do this. Yeah, so it is forearm, okay, and then it goes on as finger movement, okay. So what we would do in this technique is, first of all, we will try to take a picture, yeah, of the score itself, okay. So we will do Re, sorry, 1, 2, 3, Re, Do, Si, La, Si, Do, Si, La. Yeah, so without looking at my fingers, just looking at the score as if it was the most important thing, saying the name of the notes, you can say A, B, C, D, or Do, Re, Mi. You do it once or twice until it's fine. Yeah, so you do Re, Do, Si, La, Si, Do, Si, La. Yeah, slow, prioritizing the projection of the intention, yeah, let's say is fine on that stage. Then we look at the hands, okay, and we don't look at the score anymore, and we do it again. Re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la, yeah. If it's fine, we will do it again, closing our eyes, and we will do the same, always saying the name of the note. So, Re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la. Okay. Then we will do the same with the left hands. So first of all, we check the intention and the technique, yeah? So we will do forearm movement, yeah? Then followed by arm movement, heading into mi bemol, and then relaxing on re. So and you see that I haven't used the pedal at all. Okay, so one more time. Arm, arm, arm. Okay, now we try again, looking at the score exclusively, trying to take a picture, yeah, of the melodic contour of everything with our minds. So, sol, re, mi, re. One more time. Sol, re, mi, re. Okay. Then another time looking at the hand. So sol, re, mi, re. And another time without looking at anything. Sol, re, mi, re. Yeah, again. Sol. Sorry. So sol, re, mi, re. Okay? Once you have that done, you will lead hands together. One time looking at the score and saying the name of the right, and then another one saying the name of the left, and then the second stage and the third stage. So, I will do it saying the name of the right. Re, but looking only at the score. And so, re, do, sorry, re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la. One more time. So, re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la. Okay? And then saying the name of the left. So, sol, re, mi, re. Yeah? Then looking at the hands. So, re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la. Now the left. Sol, re, mi, re. And the same, not looking at anything. So, do, si, la, si, la. Yeah, and then the left. Sol, sol, do, sorry, re, mi, re. Yeah? Then when you actually play the piece, you will do it with both. Sorry, you will say only probably the leading part. Yeah, in this case, the melody. Okay? So, in this, as you see, it's quite torturous to do it. Yeah, we start committing mistakes, and the whole idea is to solve these mistakes. Yeah, within the dimension that we're working in. So, for example, if you don't look at the keyboard, you commit a mistake playing sol, don't look at the keyboard to fix it. Yeah, fix it with your ear. Yeah, so that's the whole idea behind it. Another thing that it connects to is the sense of tuning. Yeah, we are very used to a misconception in the concept of tuning for the piano. Yeah? This misconception lies on the fact that we can see the piano. But in most of the musical instruments, including the voice, we cannot see the mechanics of the instrument when we play. Yeah? When we are singing, we cannot see our vocal folds changing the configuration. When we are playing the violin, we can't see where we are. When we are in any other instrument, yeah, probably, yeah, we have to find our way. But in the piano, we cheat. As we can, we do it. Yeah, but it's not a wise decision to do that. Yeah, because when the polyphony becomes more sophisticated, yeah, the eyes are not the right tool to be used for tuning. Yeah, the eyes have to be used for reading. Yeah, the eyes tell us which pitch we have to project. We project it, yeah, so we connect our imagination of the pitch with a reaction, a muscular reaction, okay, that is proportional to the lip. Yeah, so if we read a fifth, we imagine a fifth, that implies a distance and a movement in our muscles of any sort, of a forearm movement, jumping, of an arm, anything that is necessary. And the final result is checked by the ears. So each sense has a role. If we start crossing them, yeah, we will sooner or later collapse the entire system. And that is part of the foundations of sight reading as well. Yeah. If we are not sight reading, we might afford being able to look at something because we are not actually, yeah, we can use the eyes to consolidate, yeah, another part of the performance, yeah. But even then, maestros say as well that it's good to have your eyes free. If they are not looking to a score, they are looking into your soul, yeah. So you look to the far away. Yeah, if you're playing the concert, you look up, you look to anything, and you look into the music, yeah, and then the rest. So when you make the effort to get the score out of your sides, when you take the burden of the score out of your side, it's because the music is inside your heart. So then if you can evade completely the material world by being able to completely disconnect the sense of sides in terms of the actual use of it, right? Imagine how much power, how much resources, intellectual resources you have for the music. Yeah, it's when you memorize a piece, it's in the search of releasing more of intellectual potential. You're not just translating into another unnecessary weight. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so the memorization process needs another session. So we'll do another session next week on the same thing, yeah, and we will exercise it. I maybe link it back with the nocturne, this nocturne in particular, and we exercise with the nocturne, and we commit mistakes, and we fix it, and we help each other, and that will make sense, I think. So, well, having said that, I wish you a very pleasant rest of the day, and I'll see you, if I'm not wrong, for the team meeting on Sunday, right? I have delivered my 3 academic sessions today, so I see you on Sunday for the team meeting, and on Monday again for your sessions. You're in the hands of Miss Gisela, who is going to teach you harmony and counterpoint. So, seeing you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.